When I was a freshman in college, I'd really started to study God's Word, and I really started to think about what He wanted me to do with my life. He'd given me some talents and abilities, and I thought, how can I use those? What am I on this earth to do? I've always drawn. Growing up as a kid, I would draw every time I got a chance. Even in church, I was drawing. And so that's when I really started to think about animation and film and how I can use some of what I've been given with drawing and really get into that. I graduated with a film degree, put together a portfolio and a demo reel and submitted it to a local studio here in Dallas. Luckily, after 6 months of trying and submitting my work, they finally allowed me to come in. I came in as an intern, getting to work on things like, Kung Fu Panda and Shrek commercials and Open Season 2, Open Season 3 for Sony. It was a great experience. Throughout my career, getting to work on commercials, feature films, short films, all fantastic. Great creatively, great artistically, really challenging as an artist and as an animator. And having been a huge fan of C.S. Lewis and Tolkien and Lord of the Rings and Chronicles of Narnia, I really started to think about how can I use my life, how can I use my talents to tell stories that, yes, are both entertaining but also purposeful, that have more meaning. I left that job and I decided it's time to start a studio that told these kinds of stories, these more meaningful, purposeful stories. So together, my partners and I started Brazen Animation. In the Old Testament, when the priests would go into the tabernacle, what they would offer sacrifices on is called the brazen altar. And the brazen altar, obviously, is the thing that they would bring their best to God. It was their absolute best. That really resonated with us, and the fact that you could bring your best to God, that idea of bringing your best to God and what that symbolized. And so we strive for greatness in our work, for greatness in our storytelling, greatness in our art, greatness in our work, how we deal with each other. We want to not just tell a good message, but we want to be an example to the Christian world, the secular world, the whole world. We want to push the quality level of those stories. A lot of faith-based content, to be honest with you, from a production value and a quality level, I would say it's not very good, frankly. The message may be good, but the quality level and the production value is not good. And that's something that is very frustrating as a Christian for me. As Christians, we've forgotten that God did not make us to be mediocre. We want to take the talents we've been given, that God gave us, and we want to continue to push those because He's made us to be great. Clients will approach us sometimes and say, hey, can you do this project that has lots of gore and blood and guts, or can you do something that has lots of sexual innuendo or even just flat out sexuality? And we have to turn those jobs down. After we explain it, they understand, they're disappointed, but they understand, and we leave on good terms with them. But obviously we're not gonna promote those types of negative values with our work, whether Christian or not, because we do have some non-Christians here. They believe in what we're doing, and it is a great thing. We have very candid conversations every day about the content, what we're producing, the meaning behind it. We don't want to be preachy with our content, and we manage the studio in the same way. So just my daily behavior, just my daily walk, and how I conduct myself with my staff, with my crew, with the studio, will show them Jesus Christ. God made me to do animation and to tell stories and to make film the best that I can possibly make them. And so we are here to do those things. And so everyone here comes here and they are passionate about the work and about creating great work.